Boredom. What do you do when you get bored? Answer, please. Like, most people, they try to fill in the time. Practically everyone, when they get bored, try to fill in the time. Me too. I'm not gonna lie, right? Which is not a bad thing. Because this is the perfect time to actually do something productive. You have free time, no deadlines coming up, no like things you actually need to do without like public illumination or something. But most people in this time go on their phone and go to TikTok or YouTube Shorts or something, and they just scroll and scroll, and then eventually they have a task coming up for school, and then oh, I need to work, I guess, whilst having done nothing. Now, a better way to spend this time would be like I do, but I'm not perfect, watching a normal YouTube video. Not actually normal for most people even, but a video like a 10-minute video or 15-minute video about like a 30-day push-up challenge and how that transforms your body, or let's say a video about how running a mile every day does this and that to you, or how this thing does that in like just a 15-minute time matter, right? Next progression would be a bit more intellectual, a little bit more intellectual, like a Hamza video. It's gonna be more like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that, with a bit more depth to it. My basic attack, the thing I do on the most occasions, my basic attack when I'm bored specifically, is that short, like that 15-minute to 20-minute-ish video, right? That either that Hamza-ish thing, right? That little bit more intellectual thing, or that fitnessy 15-minute video thing, right? That's most of the time what I do then, as a time filler. Now, the next progression, which would be even better, is watching a podcast. Like Andrew Huberman. What else is that? I think really Andrew Huberman is the best one. Like a podcast is loads of these intellectual and a bit more shorter videos combined into one piece of audio/visual sometimes content. Even with some added essays and added like sciencey stuff, combined into one solid continuous piece of like 3-hour content, right? About one particular topic, so the depth can be very deep, which is great. I don't do that when my time is bored, but it's a progression. It's even better than what I do. The next thing would be reading books. So, for example, I got a book here about sleep. It's called Bear, Lion, or Wolf. Probably gonna make a video about that soon. But it's a book about sleep and sleep chronotypes and stuff. This book is loads of personal experience, loads of these podcasts, loads of even other books, loads of essays and sciencey shit combined into one book. One piece of continuous textual is that our like text things in a book, which is even better than just watching podcasts. I think this is the best like sort of information thing, but there's one thing even better, which are mentors. Mentors are people you can ask your own questions, which have read tons of these books, listen to tons of these podcasts, and have tons of actual life experience. The thing is, mentors are real human beings, and you cannot just purchase them and read them as you want. And good mentors cost quite a bit of money. So I think the best way to spend your boredom-ish time, like your bored time, is to grab a book and read in it. That's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to change my habit of going to YouTube and searching something up, even podcasts, because most of the time they are also on YouTube. So I kind of want to quit that habit of YouTube. And I'm going to go to this one big continuous volume of text and information with one goal, for example, helping you sleep better. One goal, helping you talk better. One goal, I don't know, something else. Now, it's easy for me to say, go and read something, go and learn something from this. But really, that's quite difficult, you know. Like, you know that reading is good, right? You know that reading non-fiction books, which is not fiction, right? Fiction is a completely different thing. It's not, like, fiction is not like a substance of, like, podcasts combined together, which non-fiction is. Loads of podcasts combined together. I'm not talking about fiction here, which we cannot, we can debate if it's good or not, but I'm not going to do that in this video. It's great, I guess. So I'm specifically talking about non-fiction content. The best way to like read more books is to have more books, have more interesting books. So I got here around about 5 books. One about sleep, public speaking, like I'm doing right now. Something for bad time. The sequel of Mark Manson's book. And a book about vegetable gardening, which is in Dutch, by the way. I got 5 books here. I'm reading these 5 books, sort of. Not everything already, but I'm kind of reading these 5 books. The reason why I'm having 5 books right now is because every time I'm bored, I will find one book that I'm interested in this moment. So, you know, like, your interests can change, like, throughout the day and throughout, like, the week and stuff. That's why you have multiple books. So, for example, when I'm more interested in sleep at the moment, like, I have just woken up or something and I want to just read about sleep or something, right? Got you covered. If I'm bored of reading about sleep and I want to more learn about how I can talk better to you, to my audience, specifically to you though, well, I can read about this TED Talk guide to public speaking. If I'm more interested in not giving a fuck, in my like Mark Manson's shit, I can read this book about Mark Manson. If I'm more interested in like my garden and gardening and stuff, I can read this book about gardening. And this can change daily, hourly. So this is one of the best ways I found to actually read more books and enjoy it, because that's the most important part. Enjoy it. Now, in this video, I talked mostly about filling your like bored time with information, with something to learn. But this is not the only like filling activity, as we call it, basic attack. A basic attack is what you naturally, well, not particularly naturally, but like what you do when you kind of like get bored or like have nothing else like to do, sort of like no to-dos left that are like necessary, no mandatory tasks. That's a basic attack. So we mostly talked about information, but you can also just kind of like drop down on the floor and try some planche attempts, do some push-ups, do a handstand, think about video ideas. But that's more like shifted towards your particular focus, because books are very like a broad range of things. You can read about loads of different things, right? I cannot really give you that much advice about what you can do beyond that. But for me, I like exercise a lot. My focus is on exercise at the moment. So I just like hopping on the floor, trying some handstand attempts. I suck at them, but like that's progress, right? Just hang on the bar, try and do some like, what do you call it, like stair things, like going up like that. No, on the bar. That's fun as well, and it's productive, you know. You can think about video ideas. Very good YouTubers, they're just like very successful YouTubers, for example. They think about video ideas every time they get bored. They're writing scripts all the time because they just love it so much. That's why they progress, right? That's their advantage. They like doing it. So, to round off, try not to grab your phone or a device when you get bored. Try to grab a book. Now, how do you make reading actually fun? You buy loads of different books about different subjects that you find interesting to read about, and you start consuming it. I like books with a bit more of an easier text to read like this. I like a bit more of a bigger text like that, like this, right? Like that's a bit bigger than average books. Text like this. Just because they're like not very small, like these science books and stuff, the letters are tiny, bro. You just need to find like the books you like reading and just buy loads of them. I got 5 over here, as I said. And yeah, just make it fun. Just do everything really to make it fun. Beyond books, if books are already kind of covered in your basic attack, every time you get bored, you go and grab a book. But now you have like the only thing you have left is when you don't have a book. Now you can, for example, do exercise. You can think about video ideas for your business or something, right? You can think about your garden ideas. That's really what I have for you now. All right. Sorry that it took me this long to explain to read a book, but till the next one. Mwah.